All right, welcome to phone. Welcome to this. Hang on, scroll. Oh boy, this is gonna be entertaining to say the least. All right. So we've got English, Magyar, Italian, maybe? I'm going to assume Italian. German, Chinese, French, Spanish, Russian, and Japanese. We're going to, of course, stick with English. Welcome to Chicken Police. Paint it red. I'm keeping the film frame if I need to, subtitles on. Good. Controls, notebook, map, inventory, detective eye, navigate. Okay. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Well, let's get into it. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. Raymond Chandler, The Big Sleep.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home.
It's Foley voice acted too.
Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old.
He's a rooster.
My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Nice fade in there. All right, Chicken Police.
So what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Clawville City, Rourke District, former Atlas Hotel. Hello.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
All right, so the question is, at this point, is it going to follow a very standard noir-type stereotype? So far, it kind of is. We've got an older detective who is retiring, in this case, 112 days. So we got, of course, camera. We've got my navigate. This is a point-and-click adventure, as it were. let's start looking at typewriter.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day. Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
Papers.
I don't even know what these papers are.
Ow! Phone, I can make a phone call. Books.
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
It's office flavor. Cabinet.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
Or until you find yourself a locksmith. Alright, got pictures.
The Wild Gentleman. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was. Burned to the ground.
Nice. Alright, we've got this.
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
What?
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
I'm loving the little attention to detail in the photos. I mean, you can't really see them, but like this is, you know, what normally would be a school photo, and then instead they've adapted it to the picture.
This is...
To the theme of the game anyway.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter. We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
Alright, so we flicked the wall. Light switch. I actually really dig it.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
Alright, and...
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
Alright, so in our notebook. The notebook is the detective's best friend. Here you gather vital information about the case, the suspects or victims, and the locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or picture in your notebook to read the translated version in your language. Alright, so we have no people. Places, the Hotel Atlas. This used to be a nice place. Now we're competing who gets swallowed by decay first. The hotel's winning, but honestly, I'm not that far behind. The Chicken Place is a famous detective duo. Santino Sonny Featherland and Marty McChicken gained fame through a case the press called the Bloody New Year's Eve. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There's a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They had published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of public interest, as did the Chicken Place itself. And here. Clawville's been an independent city-state for more than 900 years. During the city's foundation, four nations have joined forces, represented by the four animal figures and the four hands of the crest of Clawville. In reality, the Tribal Alliance of the Reptiles and the Great Insect Clans had also played an essential part in the city's founding, but they never got to be represented on the crest. This gave birth to a political and cultural antagonism between the species. Clawville preserved its political autonomy, I cannot say that word for life of me today, and the dreams that it's the only state in the wilderness where predator and prey of any race can live in peace. Hence the name, the City of a Thousand Colors. In stats, I've got a lot of stuff to do. I'm just a greenhorn, alright. Nope. Okay, cabinet light switch. The only thing I haven't looked at is the
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
Alright. Let's look. Observe.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Alright. Speak.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Hello, Miss Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
New person.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
Ooh.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Alright, so now we got Deborah and a bunch of things in the book. Starting with name, Deborah Ibanez. Species, Impala. Ephiceros melampus. Female, pretty and fragile. Nothing too special. She runs errands for her employer, a sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. 3 gods are revered in most places across the wilderness, so the great wild ones who make up the holy trinity of creation, destruction, and silence. Hariti is the goddess of creation, Tafi is the lord of destruction, and Nikvatiti, I'm never going to say that unless I hear it correctly, is the genderless ghost of silence and nothingness, keeping the balance between creation and destruction and the never-ending conflict. I like it. Alright, Deborah. What do we got?
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
I have to say, they did a really good job, at least with Miss Ibanez here. They did a fantastic job of blending in the character modeling here, so it's absolutely fantastic. Clues. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. Alright, good deal. Time to question. Focus on what you know about the subject. Is he or is he suspicious? Concentrate on that. Suspicious. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the subject. Every impression adds a new question line. So many options. Detective Peter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Ding!
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Alright, let's start with who exactly are you?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Plus 10. Must be cautious and smart. This team seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. Okay. Okay, so if you see the shifting ink marks on the question, it means it's the one I've
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes. Excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
Oh, and we're back to neutral.
Did you come alone? All by yourself?
I took the subway, then the tram, and then I walked. It wasn't easy to find this place, and to be honest, I had to be discreet.
Yeah, well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
This is quite unpleasant for me.
Alright, plus 15. We're getting there. Let's ask if she was born and raised in Clawville.
Were you born and raised in Clawville?
Why do you ask?
I couldn't think of anything better.
Well, I'm not from around here. I'm from Grassmore. Maybe you could hear I have a slight accent. Do you know where it is?
Where what is?
Grassmore, of course. You just asked.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. I'm not interested.
Huh. Do you like to play with other animals?
Oh, for the wild ones. Am I that transparent?
I'm afraid so.
Well, I'm a little rusty, it seems. Let's change the subject, shall we?
Oh, that hurt. Why did you come to visit?
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Oh.
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. I'm sure it's not intentional, but are you toying with me?
I'm not sure I understand you, Mr. Featherland.
Cut the crap, Deborah. You're a pretty smart girl, and you can't hide that no matter how hard you try. But ever since we've been talking, I couldn't force one single straight answer out of you. I'm starting to think I'm terrible at what I do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Featherland, you're right. I'll try to be more straightforward next time.
I appreciate that, ma'am.
Dang it.
Are you in some sort of jam?
Preferably strawberry?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other. If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
Please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Ouch!
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
Alright.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Oh.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Questioning the rank. Rusted copper. I failed. Not bad, but not good either. It's okay for a rookie, but you can do better. Next time, pull yourself together and pay attention to the signs. Focus, Sonny. The important Natasha's current significant other, Natasha's current significant other is the infamous gangster, Ibn Wessler. Notebook! So let's start out with the clues. Mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez's employer, is a certain Miss Natasha Kadzenko. The employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster, Ibn Wessler. A whole bunch of people. We got Lauren for Deborah. She's afraid and she's secretive, or she's just secretive and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she told me is true. I'm pretty sure about that. Her employer currently bolsters the ranks of Ibn Wessler, to put it mildly. This explains the cloud of fear surrounding Miss Ibanez. We got Natasha Kadzenko, species cat, Felis cactus. Female, she has remarkably green eyes, and she's definitely in trouble. So am I. She is the employer of Miss Deborah Ibanez. Allegedly, she's receiving serious threats. Currently the girlfriend of the notorious gangster, the Kingpin. This explains a lot of the things, mainly the excessive secrecy. And of course, we got himself, Hobart Ibn Wessler, species Rattus. Good-looking, charismatic, and a clucking gangster. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville, real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. And that's only the half of what I've heard about him. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. And Codex. Grassmore. Grassmore is a savannah country that has been one of the colonies of Clawville for 2 centuries, before gaining its freedom in 792. Grassmore is mostly inhabited by peaceful herbivore animals of exotic species. Alright, good deal. So...
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Oh.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
We got an inventory function now. Sweet. Alright, so open our inventory. Here you will store all the essential items throughout the case. And of course is the Tsar Club. And oh, Molly, very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Evan is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. And
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
oh,
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
clearly not.
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Alright, new personal info. We got a bunch of stuff here. Clues. I'll find Natasha at the Tsar Club. Natasha must know my wife, Molly, from somewhere. Or perhaps she has very good informants. I must find out what the connection is. Nope. We've got people, of course, got Natasha. She owns the Tsar Club. Alright. Easy enough. Lewis, my buddy. Lewis C. Hayworth. Rabbit. I'm gonna try and not say the scientific names as much as I would love to. My Latin is ridiculously awful. But he's a rabbit male, an old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. Lewis is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord. It's only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask him. Lewis's number is 555-932. We should do that before we leave. And place is Tsar Club, one of the most famous nightclubs in the city. Owners of the juiciest booties and hardest fists frequent the place. And it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee-deep in the dirt. Alright. Cool. So, pick up the receiver. 5, 5, 5, 9, 3, 2.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Perfect.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here, not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it, and now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
All right, Mr. Lewis, buddy.
The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve.
And speak.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah.
Alright, so now we got a map. And places the Clawville Police Department, the HQ of the department, aka the Meat Grinder. A huge dark building for shady people, and I don't necessarily mean those who are sitting in the jail. Alright, we got a map.
I need to grab my stuff first. My bedroom. Sort of.
You just pass out in your chair or a gutter? What drawer?
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case.
Oh, the irony of cornflakes.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
Alright.
Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Alright, so real quick. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else here. Good deal. Alright, let's look at our map. Main scenes! Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You'll need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you are a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move on to the next main scene. Close scenes. Close scenes cannot be reached for the time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and be temporary permanent. Pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. Alright, so looks like I only have just the one as the map zooms on in. We have one place to go, and that is the Clawville PD.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
I love the addition of the names of the parties here. Chapter 1! Detour.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
I have no idea how long this game is. How long to beat? Time's about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, if you're just doing main story. All right, so we got the police crash squad car, bullet holes, poster, entrance, and question marks. Let's check in with, of course,
I
the
haven't
revolver.
dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now.
How long have I been off duty?
Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway. Oh man, I totally get you.
All right, let's start out by talking with you. Let's look.
Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
Okay. So let's talk to him.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
I did not expect the gruff English accent there.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bird. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
All right, then, poster.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back, immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief. I'm sure it's Blood Boil himself taping back the torn-off posters, like some maniac. He must have a dozen of those things in his bag for emergencies.
All right. Look at the crest.
Did you miss me? No? Same here.
All right, what else do I got? Bullet holes.
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police.
Somebody must not like that.
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Let's check out stuff before we hop inside. Of course, we've got Carlton Phyllis, hedgehog, male. I hate him. A real little ass plug. He is too small a fish in the ocean to be worth bribing. And Mason Royals, porcupine. I hate him almost as I hate his partner Phyllis. Big and dumb, it resembles my partner, Marty, a little, except that Royce doesn't have a kind heart. Alright, I guess we're gonna go inside, shall we?
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Yeah. Alright, so we got ourselves a vending machine, police crest, Monica, Mort, Bosco, Officer Barkman, Office Area, City Crest, Officer Jordan, shooting range, and the police crest. It's like a city crest, shall we?
All it takes is one look, and my comb starts to tingle, which never means anything good.
Alright, police crest.
Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be sick. We used one of these as target practice once. Not out of disrespect. We were just too damn drunk.
Yeah. Vending machine.
Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic.
Alright, Monica.
Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
I like her. Let's talk to Mort.
Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time?
What the cluck? I love it.
Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jeffy's a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be, but neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Yeah, I love it. Alright, we've got Bosco.
Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog.
Alright, what do we got from Bosco?
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged in.
Love the hair coming out of the sleeves.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. Wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kinda lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
Okay, I can look at the officer.
I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malloy, or any of my ex-colleagues from the Predatory Division.
Alright, who we got? Arth?
One of Blood Boil's favorites. Mainly because he's a dog, of course. One of Blood Boil...
Oh.
Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
I've looked at everything. Let's look at the... let's look at stuff. Let's start with the Codex first. Moses is a Tibetan sand fox, and Plato is a palace cat. They're old rivals of Sonny and Marty, currently working at the Clawville's PD's homicide division. Alright, well, we got all sorts of stuff here. We've got, of course, Boscarelli Chownheld Nadas, dog. Male, he said he's able to devour anything that crosses his path. That's why you got the nickname, Chowhound. Monica Rosin, a hummingbird. She can watch over thousands of things at once, and she is an angel. Detective Boscarelli, alias Bosco. He works in the Predatory Division as I do, or as I used to do, to be more precise. The soul and heart of the police department, she is a hummingbird in theory, but many say she is a real angel who fell from the sky. When I used to come to the station daily, her presence was the sugar in my bitter morning coffee. Next page, we got ourselves Mort Mardigan, Komodo Dragon. He is old and blind in an unrepairable wreck. Light-fingered bastard. He is blind as a bat, but also one of the biggest scoundrels the city has ever seen. He could have been a good guy, but got lost somewhere halfway. Now he's too old to save himself. There was some fight in a club where Mort was at. Oh, what a surprise. He's an old friend, so I can put a good word in for him. We got Lucius Wilford Bloodboil. Dog, male. The chief is a real legend. He also hates me. And Dr. Reginald B. Bubo, Eagle Owl. Morphinist, neurotic, old, and ugly, but he's an old friend from the golden days of the chicken police. Alright, that's my cue to hit the shooting range.
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Does that explain the hole in your... I can't remember what that piece is for a rooster. Alright, so let's start looking at stuff. Poster.
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it.
And a note.
Hello, Cassandra. I hope we'll meet again. Oh God, I'm starting to sound like Marty.
Hey you, if you let the ammunition boxes, if you lot, I can't read that. Kick your something ass by Marty. Can't exactly read that. What is this? Nothing important. Light switch. Love their illumination in the background there. Shooting practice. Oh, get a hit. Aim your gun at enemies and avoid shooting the hostages. Simple as that. Shooting enemies increases your points and remaining time, while hitting hostages does the opposite. It's all up to you. Choose wisely and fire away. You'll need to reload your gun after 6 shots, just like in the westerns, but even faster. Reload. My aim is awful. Not even close. Not even close. Oops. Didn't mean to leave. Marty's guns. Big Bertha 2.
Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha 2, because there was one before her, a sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week, but once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored.
All right, Claudia.
Claudia. Tiny, dark, and angry, and hits you where it hurts the most.
Susie.
I know her well. Marty calls her Susie, and I have to say, this little she-devil pulled us out of many tough situations over the years. Marty has a dozen guns, but Susie's one of his favorites. He got her from a fish we rescued from muddy waters together. Those were the days.
And Linda?
I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained. Linda. Or maybe Layla. Can't remember. Fortunately, I had the displeasure of meeting her only a couple of times on duty. She bites. Just like the women Marty loves.
Where are they?
I still remember her kiss. What can I say? It's the experience of a lifetime.
Oh, so he hit you with the shotgun.
Marty only uses her in very dark cases, and on those nights she almost always takes a life. Or maybe 2.
Alright, so what we got? More shooting practices. Light switch. Let's talk to Marty.
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
Alright, let's talk to him.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. What, are you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Alright, we got new info about our buddy. Marty! Martin McChicken. Chicken. Male. Unusual height and weight for a fowl. Shining white feathers. He shot me once. I deserved it. We've been partners for almost 10 long, hard years. Well, we were, because now he's only helping me unofficially until I wrap up this case. Marty's a hot head with a hard fist, but he's loyal until the end, and I can count on him in any way. Every way. Especially if guns are in the picture. That's when he reveals his true self, and that's when I don't ever want to get in his way. Not anymore, at least. Alright, Mr. I'll get out of here. Can we talk to Marty again? Leave shooting range. No, because I want to talk to Marty again. Speak.
Hey, Marty, what about Laura? How come she didn't eat you yet?
Yeah, very funny. We're good, by the way. Mostly. As good as we can be after all these years.
Glad to hear it.
She asks a lot about you.
Really?
Yeah. She always hated you for getting me into trouble all the time.
Understandable.
But she also felt sorry for you.
Oh, well, thanks. That's much better.
If I'm honest with you, she loved the chicken police, Marty, better than this one.
Well, I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Whatever, Sonny.
Hey, how do I get out of here? Zoom! I guess we'll take a look at Marty. Marty's fiance is Laura, a beautiful, warm-hearted predator. I don't know what she sees in Marty, but he's too damn lucky to have such a woman for him. Maybe we'll meet. Ah! Just have to swing the door.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hot dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go.
All right.
Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells, too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
All right, so the place is cleaned out a bit. Got Bosco again, and we've got Blood Boil. Talk to Bosco.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
No, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Yeesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
Heh. Oh, I've got an ask function. Ask.
What have you heard about the hop dog? Is it still standing?
Yeah, it is. But I don't frequent that neighborhood. You shouldn't either. Things have escalated there recently.
How about Hobart?
What do you know about Ibn Wessler? What's the old rat been up to lately?
They say he's keeping a pretty low profile these days. But he's been seen in the company of the Attorney General.
Oh boy.
Attorney General Hamtaro, eh? That's interesting. Thanks.
Makes things really interesting.
Why are you so interested in that rat? If you want another hole in your comb, I could help you too, you know.
It's just professional curiosity.
Yeah, of course. And I'm a fluffy little Labrador.
Whoa, 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 you forgot to mention this nugget about the case, Sonny. Ibn Clucking Wessler? What the hell did you get into?
As far as I remember, you didn't let me tell you in the first place. Well, you're in now. No way back.
You're a piece of shit, Sonny, you hear me? What's this all about?
I was gonna tell you in the car!
Easy, chicken. I'll tell you everything soon enough. Let's just get the hell out of here first.
If I already told you, it's a pleasure working with you again.
No, but that's always good to hear, partner.
Cluck off.
I got one more ask, it looks like. Bye, Bill.
Why is it so quiet in here? Shouldn't it be a madhouse by now?
The midnight madness is yet to come, Sonny. Just wait for it.
My time's too valuable for that, pal.
And you're trespassing. Rules of suspension, remember? I can see you're up to no good.
Who, us? Ridiculous.
If you say so. But I advise you to keep it low. Especially you, Sonny. How many days do you have until retirement?
121. 120 soon.
Don't be a knucklehead and get yourself fired.
Thanks for your eternal wisdom, Bosco. I'm definitely coming to you again next time. Oof, I gotta say, good old Bosco looks like shit.
Yeah, like a beaten dog.
Well, you, on the other hand, you just got older. Way older.
Shut the clock up, Marty.
I love it!
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, I suppose. Let's talk to Blood Boil. Actually, let's look at it first.
The chief doesn't seem to be in a good mood. But he never is, actually.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, hey, hey. Careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
I don't want to be a part of a family that takes shotgunning to be part of a family quarrel.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Blood boil. Language. All right, we got a couple of locations. I guess we had to speak to Mr. Bloodboil there. Speaking of, there he is. Lucius. Okay, yeah. He is my boss and the living statue of justice. He is tough, ruthless, and above all, unbribable. And of course, he is a racist bastard. But still, I don't want to be here when he retires to witness how chaos devours Clawville for good. We also have somebody else. Zip H. Murphy, raccoon, male and old, and maybe who became a good friend over the years. We got the places, of course. Star Club and Hop Dog. This place is famous for its exceptional coffee and the exceptional frequent whims that take place around it. Well, it's not an assurance of life operating any joint outside of Roachtown. And the Codex. Oh, next page. The Cobbler District, also known as the Hive or Roachtown, was once part of the city, but then became a walled-off ghetto where 98% of the city's insect population is forced to live. Currently, the biggest threat to the city are the riots at the Hive have almost driven the city-state to the brink of civil war multiple times already. Alright, so we can go back to the Hotel Atlas, huh? Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Yeesh, my condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is lavender?
Ah, that. Now, that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too. An impala, maybe?
Furry hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Yeah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club. We gotta find out who this Natasha is and what she wants from us. I mean, what she really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sure, just do it quietly.
What else do I need to grab? There's nothing else in my drawer. Papers.
I'm gonna clean up here one day. Yeah, and one day the sun's gonna explode too.
Bedroom?
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure, you could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised?
Again, I love the...
Just a bunch of useless crap in there. I suppose 2 shots was enough for today. At least until we learn what this Natasha woman really wants.
Nope, nothing else. Okay.
My wife took all the good ones. She knew they'd only gathered dust here. And she was right. You know, this city's outgrown us.
Why do you say that?
Well, don't you feel it? The whole place squeezing you. The polluted air, the sirens, and the smell of cordite.
Don't be such a drama queen. It's not the world that's changed, it's us. Clawville's Clawville. We're just getting older.
No, there really is something. You know the feeling of foreboding, of something wrong, of something bad on the horizon.
You're screwing my mood.
Yeah, but I'm not sorry.
No shit.
All right.
Have you started on your great novel yet?
I've already started working on my will, but I realized I'd have to leave everything to you, so clock that.
Huh, pity. I've always wanted a chicken coop smelling like old socks and bourbon.
You'll have to earn it first, Marty.
Righty.
Maybe in another lifetime, old bird.
Alright, so there's Hop Dog, Clawville. Where do we need to go? Let's go to Hop Dog. Because why not?
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
Alright, we got the entrance. Warning!
Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler District are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
Wait, what? Why?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
Yummy! The god of pancakes.
Are you sure that thing's a dog? I always wondered.
The name Hop Dog is quite a giveaway. Don't you think so, Mr. Detective?
Sometimes the most natural connections lead us astray.
Who said that?
A natural-born genius.
Yeah, right.
I wonder, does it have something else?
That sign gives me the creeps.
I'm not surprised.
Alright, what else we got? An old car, city, the hive, and the fly guy. Let's take a look at the car.
Could this wreck belong to Zip?
Well, it's a wreck just like him, so I guess it could.
City.
Peaceful, isn't it?
Because the whole town's probably drunk by now.
Maybe that's the only way it can bear itself.
Doesn't it remind you of someone?
Shut up, Marty.
Got you there, old bird.
The hive.
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
Alright, well, got new stuff. Found our... That's patron of owner of the fine establishment. He used to be a small-time criminal, but the underworld pushed him out. Now he makes the best coffee in the whole city in a rundown roadside rest area. Oh, and he also proved to be a rather useful police informant. Well, you know what? Let's talk to the fly guy here.
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the Hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
I do. We just open the ghettos and let the insects live among us like they did for centuries.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be.
Alright, let's talk to the fly guy.
Hey, pal. Can you hear me?
Okay. Let's go inside.
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yep, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
I get the trophy for the old time's sake. Check out my journal here, people. There's Zip. Oh, not bad looking raccoon, actually. Okay, hi, Bubble. And Codex. Next one, the Great Fire of Clawville. Not long after the meat war and the flowing economic crisis, in 893, a fire almost destroyed the entire city of Clawville. Originated in the Ratwhale district, not even the River Times were able to stand in its way. It was fiery hell incarnate, after which the city had to be built up The city had to be built up again almost from scratch. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we got the jukebox, poster, cold coffee, some doodles, Mr. Zip himself, a menu, and a door. Well, let's check out the jukebox. Hi, Babu. Is it playing? It might be playing some of the songs we've heard before. I dig it. Poster.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking.
Can I help you? You're so stinking cute. You're so stinking cute. And you're mine. Yeah. Got you. Hi, Bubble. My darling. What else do we got? Cold coffee.
The highlight of my day.
Hi. Mwah. I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. There you go.
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so special?
Look at that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really want to know?
You're right.
Yeah.
As always.
Doodles.
What insight? Well, that's a good question, pal. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Wise words, pal.
Alright, is that it? How many doodles? Let's look over here. Menu!
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat, I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Eh.
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
Eh. All right. That door.
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
I didn't know how nice we are. I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner.
Oh yeah, I remember turning out that door. Ping!
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, nice little reference there. It's like for Zip. Zip is getting old. He still has his connections. It's worth questioning him about everything, but time has had his way with him too. Oh, and I want the codex because the next piece of the puzzle: meat substitutes. Meat replacement or meat substitute foods made it possible to reduce meat consumption, predation, and domestic cannibalism in the whole wilderness. These products are widespread nowadays and are not only popular with predators, but all kinds of animals. Hello, HG Yona? Yes, I'm enjoying the game so far. I love the charm. I love the noir aspect of it. I'm wondering if we're going to fall into classic noir stereotypes we kind of have already with the aging old detective who's X amount of days out of retirement going on one last case. At least I assume this is one last case. Whether or not he dies or retires is an entirely different story. I know nothing about this game. I am going in 100% blind. The only thing I know about this game at the moment is from what I learned through it about the trailer thanks to my buddy Welchie. Got here. Are you playing this through PS Now? Yes, because I am broke and I can't buy it. I thought I actually looked about looking into buying it, but I've been a little bare in the pocket, so I've been just kind of playing this. I'm just kind of digging the game. I love the character modeling. It's fantastic. I love how it's been blended together with the humanoid parts of the model. Who was it? Miss Ibanez. How they blended her so well together. It's so great. All right, Zip.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
See, no shame in playing the PS Now version. Same game after all. It is, and again, I'm enjoying it. I actually popped on PS Now and I'm like, oh, it's on here. I have to play this now. I can actually play it.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Also really digging the music too.
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
I didn't even notice his hand's got his fingernail claws. Oh, those are perfect.
It's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. Then where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
It sucks a bit that the PS Now doesn't include the newest PS version, although we are trying our best to get it on there as well. I hope someday soon. I really do. I'm actually currently playing this on PS5. So I hope that when it does get ported to the PS5 version, that I will pick it up and add it into my library collection. Because I am really digging this game.
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell, Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
Hang on a second, I lost my chat. Switch screens. You did a lot of cool haptics with the PS version. It's really worth checking out. Ooh, I dig it. I'm already really digging this game. Absolutely fantastic. I'm from the game's publishing studio, by the way. Maybe I should start with that. That's fair. That's fair. I was wondering. You mentioned something about, or in your fourth comment, I'm like, I wonder if he works for the game, worked on the game or something. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
And?
Oh, more info. Sweet.
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman.
I did work on it as part of the QA team. Nice, awesome. So you gotta find all the bugs and stuff in development. That's awesome.
I knew it.
But not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
Alright, and I got a new feature I gotta ask him. Czar Club.
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've got to say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
I'm loving this.
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why?
Alright, Natasha.
So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Got a point. And Zip.
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
Interesting. I like it. I like it. All right, let's check out my journal here. I always like to check out the journal. More about our gangster here. He's been acting quite strangely recently, as if he was trying to withdraw from his old shady businesses to live a simple life with simple pleasures. That wouldn't be a problem in itself. This just isn't like him. And nope, wrong one. Wrong one. Slip was delivering information to Aben up to a couple years ago. He was already working as a police informant then, so he may have been reporting to both sides. The sneaky little bastard. And my codex, last page for the moment. Mongrel Mick the Marauder. Mick is one of the most influential infamous henchmen of Ibn Wessler, known by many rather scary nicknames thanks to his cruel nature. Sonny and Marty have crossed paths with Mick before, and it took a lot of effort to get out of those encounters with feathers intact. Did I? Oh, sweet. That's back. Perfect. All right. You know, I'm going back inside the cafe, actually, because I'm digging the music. It'll be the perfect time for music to go on break.